I started racing probably about 20 years ago. And really, as soon as you start racing, unless you're really good and really lucky, you normally crash on the first day, and I did. I was a bit wild and I'd lost my license, my road license, and was at a sort of a loose end, and my brother used to race. So he took me along to watch him basically. And as soon as I saw it, I thought I better, have a go at it. And it was great to get out there and all your aggression goes, and young and wild, and you don't know what to do with it. You get on the track and someone will show you. We've done a prison bus, raced a prison bus, and I think that was like the first time I realised you could do maybe something more than just on the track. You could take it a little bit further, and what you've learnt over 20 or so years, put that all together, and you've got something that most people would never get the experience to learn that. And some people it freaks out to have metal folding up, but in banger racing you normally say you haven't raced until you wear a car, and that means when it's right up behind your ears and all the steel's all around you, then you're classed as a racer, or a crasher, whichever way you want to look at it. You need to be able to race and drive as well as crash. But in banger racing, if you've not got both, then you won't go very far really. You need to be able to do both. I think the last count, 15 steel plates and pins, in various parts of my body. So thank you to the doctors for putting me back together, and several big crashes that maybe sane people would say that's enough and give up, but I've never been sane, so I didn't give up. What can I tell you about Team 47? Well, I think it speaks for itself really. It's just a group of guys that love to race cars and build cars and get involved in anything mechanical, and it's evolved over several years to also incorporate the stunt work we do. A lot of knowledge and a lot of years of experience in a small group of people. So Team 47 is really just a group of like-minded people that you can draw upon their experience and their knowledge, and pull whatever you want off. What looks impossible to other people, if you put those group of people together, we can probably do whatever you want us to do. Formula One might think they've got something we haven't, and I think we've got something that they'll never have. Money and stuff like that won't actually get you to where you want to be in our world. It's nothing to do with money. It's a whole way of life. Any other motorsport, it's not as pure as banger racing because of the money. And there's a challenge that I'd like to put out to anyone, you know, could be in Formula One or rallying, have a go at it, just see what you think. Don't dismiss it like a lot of people do, because it's a very pure sport, and don't knock it till you try it. I would say I've done 3 stunts that I class as class stunts, but a lot of small stuff and small crashes, a couple of rollovers, things like that are every day, that we might do just for fun on a Sunday anyway. But we've done some big stunts now that I think speak for themselves, And again, going back to what I was saying, that feeling of racing, also in the stunts that I do, it's like all compacted into milliseconds. So you get that buzz, but a lot more intense and a lot quicker. It's definitely being alive, The biggest learning curve I had off the track was a coach stunt we did, and we were all very confident, looked through all the possibilities of what could go wrong, and confidence, I think, got the better of us, and we did the stunt, and as we basically hit the back of a coach and went in the back window of the coach. And what was supposed to happen is the seats were supposed to move forward as we hit them, but instead of moving forward, they went underneath the car. And as each seat went under the car was slowly going up in the air, but also we're doing, say, 40, 50 mile an hour. So we're doing 40 or 50 mile an hour, the car's going up, and a luggage rack went straight through the front windscreen. So that was a good learning curve. If I hadn't ducked, maybe I wouldn't be talking now. Richard's idea was that the character is going to be inside the bus looking out, and the Trans Am loses control and hits the top deck of the bus. And we had to devise a plan where we could get the takeoff, hit the bus, drive through the bus and get out the other side. And this is what we come up with, basically. We had to give it a bit of stick coming up the lane. Got up to probably about 60, I suppose. Took off. It all went perfect, as it would. And we went straight through the bus, hit the other side and landed out there. It's hard to explain the feeling you get, but it's just like everything just rushes through you, and it's like living a few years in a split second, It's an amazing feeling. You get it from racing a bit, but this is much more intense, definitely. Yeah. Richard Driscoll's character in the film was it was a dummy set up, sort of about where you're standing, and as I came up, that was at the window looking out, and obviously it's all sort of slow motion when you do it, but the dummy's head came clean off the body and landed right in front of my face. So that was pretty eerie, because although it's only a sort of split second, you just see someone's face right, at 60 mile an hour pushed up against the windscreen, which was quite a strange feeling, yeah. Team 47 basically pulled it all together, and you know, you couldn't fault any of them. They gave it 100% and it paid off. I think when you see the footage of it, you can see it was perfect, and everyone's 100% paid off, definitely. Yeah, big thank you to them all, and I'm sure everyone will appreciate their work when they see the stunt.